Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 Audi SQ7. It's finished off in Mythos Black Metallic, and this prestige model has an MSRP at just over $111,000. We have about 20 grand worth of options, from the sport package to that prestige package, luxury package, sport exhaust, which sounds really good, black optics, there's carbon fiber, alcantara. This is a beautiful spec, pretty much a top trim level, fully spec'd out for the SQ7. Now let's start off underneath the hood, where this has the 4-liter twin turbo V8 that's paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission. This SUV pumps out 500 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. Sent through that Quattro all-wheel drive system, it will propel this 5,300-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Top speed is 155. So you are looking at some highly performance-oriented sports car figures in this jumbo 3-row family SUV. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, you will notice all of the specs or the packages that I just mentioned, including the black optics, which gives the hexagonal grille that gloss black finish, along with the Audi badge. There's a forward-facing camera, and for the adaptive cruise, a sensor on both sides. There's parking sensors, a lot of cutouts in this entire front end to provide a lot of cooling to that V8, including the large air inlets. This has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, and then 2 lines coming down each side. Very subtle, but it matches the top of that grille very nicely and just gives it a clean look. Now, as we work our way to the side, there's the 21-inch wheels with that 2-tone design, multi-spoke pattern, the red brake calipers. This even has the sport differential, and it has the adaptive suspension, so it will raise and lower depending on the drive mode that you are in. We have that carbon fiber integrated turn signal with the camera system, full moonroof up top with some matte black for the roof rails, gloss black for everything else. This even has a subtle Quattro badge stamped into the back of the rear doors, and some subtle lines that flow down the side. You really wouldn't notice that this is a 3-row SUV just because it doesn't look like that, but you still get a good amount of space, as you will see later. Now, there's gloss black for this spoiler, rear wiper blade, backup camera with all the sensors, even LED taillights, and then that quad tip dual exhaust. This has a towing capacity of 7,700 pounds. So like I said, a very practical family style vehicle if you need the space and that towing capability. Now, for the power liftgate, you can use the key fob or the electronic button up underneath. And with the 3rd row up at the moment, this is the amount of space that you get. I won't say it's a whole lot because it looks shorter from the exterior, but it's still doable to place some items in the back. Now, these are automatic, so just by pushing on those buttons, you can quickly fold down that 3rd row, and now you have a more usable storage compartment if you don't have 3rd row passengers. There's also the cargo net, which you can install. You can only do that with the 3rd row folded down. So with it up, you do have to have that removed. And then there's a little bit of storage underneath the floor. Not really a whole lot. I believe it's the sub, and then some other electronics that are hidden up underneath. You can even raise and lower the rear of the vehicle. So if you need that load height to be shorter, you can quickly do that if you're loading in a lot of items. Now, as we work our way to the back seats now, you can push on this button to lock it. If you just grab the door handle, let's back up again. If you just grab it, now it will unlock and we can move on to the back. So this does have a manual adjusting sunshade, full leather and alcantara, Bang & Olufsen sound system, a lot of brushed aluminum accents, and some storage in that lower section. Now, as we work our way to the 3rd row, I haven't found where you can actually lift this seat up out of the way. You can, however, slide these seats forwards and backwards. So with it slid all the way forwards, now I can climb up over it into the 3rd row, where you can also raise and lower these seats from here. So you have the controls in the back along with those ones. And like I said, you have to step up and over unless the seat pops up, and I just don't know how to do it yet. Oh, there we go. So you can push on that to make it easier to enter and exit. And at 5'10", my head is just up against the headliner, But honestly, I could ride around town. This is the amount of room that I have with these seats all the way back. And so I could have another person next to me. We have an armrest, a little bit of a cup holder, a storage area. And so it's not bad for this third row. And now with that seat up, I can climb out much easier. So that is very helpful to have. And then I can put that seat back up into its original position or have it all the way back to recline in the second row. So now I have a very comfortable seating position. Now there's storage pockets in the back. We have the air vents, even all the climate adjustments for the screen. So vehicle has to be on, of course. All of your AC adjustments, like where you like the air to go, fan speed, temperature. These are heated seats too, so those controls will pop up. There's auxiliaries down in the middle there. And then right in the middle, there's the armrest along with the cup holders. You can even fold this middle seat down individually. So if you'd like to have that down, you can. There's also a sunshade for the rear glass there. And then a look at the full moonroof. Touch sensitive dome lights are on the sides. So very, very comfortable if you are in that middle row. Now up front, door panel is just like the rear. We have heated side mirrors too, memory seating adjustments, the same sound system, a release for that lift gate. And then the front seats are also massaging. So there's that control. They are heated and ventilated too, which is a great touch to see. But now inside, we have the solid and perforated leather steering wheel with brushed aluminum accents. But let's fire this up so we can go over the rest of these controls. The Audi will welcome you to the interior here. On the virtual cockpit, there's the tach on the left side, miles per hour on the right side. Fixed info like your engine temperature and your fuel level are on the far ends. And right in the middle, you can go through a lot more info. So just by using controls on the left side of the steering wheel, you can scroll through all of this, even pull up that navigation, and then scroll through some various vitals just depending on what you would like to see. Now what's really neat about this system, if I go into the navigation, let's say you're going somewhere and this is just too small of a screen. Click on the view icon and now you can pull that up in full screen. You can even zoom in and zoom out. So that gives you a really good graphics so you can see that wherever you are going. Now on the right side, there's Bluetooth and voice commands, volume and tuning for the radio, even a favorites button that you can configure and set up to whatever you would like. You can make it your heated steering wheel. You can turn on your cameras if you want to. So it's very nice to have that right at your fingertips here. Now we do have the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which is nice to have. And then the cruise and adaptive cruise is the stock on the left side. Now on the left side of the steering wheel, a little bit of storage if you need to use that. There's carbon fiber, the headlight adjustments. The Prestige model gives you the head-up display, so it shows the miles per hour. Full leather for the dash, gloss black underneath that, leading to one of two screens right in the middle. The upper screen gives you a lot of icons, like all this information, weather news, things like that. Or you can go into your vehicle here, go into your settings. You can swipe over to your drive select, so the various drive settings that you can activate. All of this has the haptic feedback. So while it's a screen, it feels like you are pushing on a button, which is nice. You can go into several seating adjustments too. And then we have one more home screen. By swiping over, there's the split style, nav, phone, and your Bluetooth. Now on the left side, all of these are fixed. So you can quickly get into all of this information, go back to your home icon. And then underneath that, we have a row just above all of these settings. So there's the engine start stop, along with the downhill assist control, the parallel parking, which you can quickly pull up. You can also minimize this information and have a bunch of favorites stored just above that. There's the garage door opener along with the head-up display icon. You can even shut off that upper screen if you would like to. Now coming back to all of the climates, there's your fan speed, temperature, where you'd like the air to go. You can just simply push on the seats, and you can also bring up some shortcuts in the upper section for all the massaging features, which is pretty neat. Heated and ventilated seats, there's sync, where you'd like the air to go. You can even adjust the rear climate adjustments and the heated steering wheel. So just by going into that mode right there, you can exit that and go back to the rest of the info. Now there is a shortcut for the drive select, so you can pull that up. There's traction control along with some defrosters. And then you do have a shortcut to the camera system. So we have the 360 camera view. You can also pinpoint different angles just depending on the visibility that you need for the day. You can look at your front and rear axle, or you can just swipe around the entire vehicle, and you always have the top-down view located on that right side. There's also a shortcut to the parallel parking system, or you can use the button located down below to quickly pull that up. There's even some sensors or your driver assistance that you can activate, and then power and volume and tuning for the radio. Now there's 2 cup holders behind that, a little bit of storage. And then with the shifter, reverse is by pushing it forwards, drive is pushing it back, over to the right is the manual setting, so you can shift using this or those paddle shifters. Park is located on the back with the e-brake just behind it. And then for the leather armrest, opening this up, there's a few auxiliaries and a wireless charging pad and a little bit of storage. And you can even adjust this armrest just depending on your comfort for the day. Now the glove box also has a good amount of space. And like I said, with the full moonroof, gives you a lot of lighting, a lot of visibility too from the driver's seat. Now up top, there's the controls for the sunshade along with the sunroof, and then the touch sensitive dome lights are on both sides. And from second gear, here we go. Shifts are so smooth too. What you would feel or want from an Audi vehicle, especially a more luxury focused SUV like this. There's no drama to the shifts, which is something that I would want in a sports car, but in an SUV like this, I think it's definitely nice that they're much more smooth. And even on the downshifts, I'm assuming that it would automatically rev match because they are equally as smooth for the downshifts. Nothing harsh about it. It's very quick and precise with that Steptronic automatic transmission. But again, we're in a 6-figure 3-row SUV, and it is a good option to go with if you are in the market for a combination of performance and practicality. Steering is also incredibly tight. That was impressive for that quick UE there. And it sounds so good. You could throw on an aftermarket exhaust if you even wanted more sound out of that twin turbo V8. But as far as the pricing goes for this SUV, I wouldn't say it's overpriced as far as some of the other competitors that offer a 3-row vehicle with this performance. I think this is in a good price range, especially with the performance that it does offer. But I think that's going to wrap it up for the 2023 Audi SQ7 Prestige. Once again, a huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. Be sure to check out their website. That link is down in the description. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.